we consume the media whether we like it or not, whether we want it or not. We have to because we need to know what's happening in the world, what's going on around us. Now, you said you've been there. You've been behind the scenes. You I don't want to go through your credentials as a journalist, but you know how these things worked, or at least used to work. You've been a CNN reporter, Telemundo. You've done covered international events. How do you think it how bad is it gone when you look at 2020? Is it really that much worse than 5 years ago?
I think society is helpless. That's the real situation now. I'm suspicious about anything and everything
Hmm.
because everything looks like a conspiracy theory on any aspect, on any subject these days, and you don't know what to trust. And what we need, of course, is a renewed media that will serve the people interest. And we must strive to establish a common ground, a middle ground that will connect the extremes, because now what we have is a polarized world. It's not only polarized America, it's a polarized world. We see that there's a tendency in the whole planet, and maybe it's more obvious in America because of the importance of the country and the influence to the rest of the world. And now, the main focus is on America, but it happens everywhere. It happens in Israel. It happens in Latin America. So there's a global kind of shift in that direction, in the direction of suspicious information, biased information, gossip, lies. And what we have to do is to understand, first of all, that we have a sickness. This is, I think, in the beginning of this talk, Seth said that we need to have a diagnosis in order to
Mm.
cure the
Yeah,
problem. And this
yeah.
is that now we have a clear understanding that we have a sick society. So we need to fix it. Who's going to fix it? Right?
Hmm.
That's the next question. Us. We cannot expect anything from anyone.
I think that the more extreme it becomes, the more clear we can see it, the problem. I mean, because just a little while ago, I don't think it was as clear that the media was so biased in a certain direction. And today people are already like accepting it, that they're going to go on this channel or that channel because they want to get their kind of news. And I think this is something new, like that we're so aware that there are completely different perspectives on different media channels. And the more this progresses and the more that we feel this really very strong difference between the different media channels, the more we feel that our free speech is restricted on social media, I believe this awareness will grow until people will think something's not working and we can't continue to live together, like you guys were saying, that we're living like in two different countries. And we're going to feel that this needs to change because the awareness keeps growing together with this polarization that Norma was talking about as it becomes more extreme. So that's what I hope will happen. As it goes and becomes stronger, people will be more aware, and then we'll feel like we need to change it.
If most people in the public are just kind of going along with what they're told, if we could just tell them something good, then that would be really good.
It is an amazing thing. You can even like say that something that right now you don't see in our societies, like love and connection and unity, you think like, how can we make that spread? But knowing that things do spread, like in the way that you said, it's enough for a big enough group of people to start thinking or start believing in something, for that to influence people around them, and ideas really can spread. I think that should make us hopeful. We need to understand the power of environment over us, and B, we need to use it.
If you remember our show, we were so excited when this started 8 months ago. We were showing videos of people on their balconies in Italy singing and people doing all these fun things together. It became like a game, but then it quickly turned into the environment is really oppressive now. Everybody feels a lot of anxiety. Everyone feels a lot of uncertainty. People feel depression. I think in Japan, the suicide rate is higher than the COVID death rate now.
At the beginning of the pandemic, there was a kind of unity for a few moments. I think it was because of the fear, like we didn't know what we were facing. Everybody was kind of scared. And then we kind of like in an instinct, we felt more connected. We wanted to support each other. then when we saw that it's getting longer and it's not ending, and then there started to be all these opinions about what it is and what it isn't, and then we started discovering our divisions and our opinions again. And I think when it comes to different opinions, that's when it's really evident that we disagree with each other because we belong to these different environments. Like I'm talking to somebody and they watch CNN, but I watched like a different channel, then we're going to have different opinions because we come from completely different environments that completely wash our brains with different messages. So it's kind of an awareness that we need to understand that we're not fighting each other. It's like we just have different opposed environments that are influencing us. And when we can see that, when we can become more aware of that, then we can maybe stop hating the other person for thinking the way they do, because we understand that they're simply getting their information somewhere, just as I'm getting my information somewhere else. And we're both two people that are very much influenced by our environments. And the last thing, like you said, is we need to somehow find a shared environment where we can get the kind of values and the kind of ideas that actually allow us to connect. Because the current environments, like Norma was saying, are full of hate, full of division. They're always about you versus them, we versus them, right? There's the good guys and the bad guys. And that's what we're being fed all the time. So is there a hope for our environments to uplift us, to support us? Again, this is something that needs to come out of our awareness and our desire for change, from understanding what our health and our well-being and our happiness actually depends on. And the power of environment is a very important thing to know about. That if I want to be healthy, I think we experienced this very much in 2020, that if I want to be healthy, I want everybody else to be healthy. And it's the same about our psychology. If I want to be happy, then I need other people to be happy as well. I need to be living in a society that is happy and healthy.